Okay, let's get into this.
But Daniel, what about the Trump administration taking away women's rights? I mean, shouldn't women have the same rights as men? Listen, there is no rights that the Trump administration has taken away from women. And if he has, please let me know which ones. Now, we're going to break it down, and this might offend somebody, this might not sit well with somebody, and that's okay. I understand. The first thing that I feel like popped in your head, and before you get to typing away, is abortions, right? Your right to have an abortion. In my head, in my world, okay, abortion would count as a privilege, right? Not a right, because I can't just go on the street and murder somebody. I can't just go to the corner store and, murder the guy ringing me out because I want my bag of chips for free. So no, that's not a right in my world. That would be a privilege, because to have sex is a privilege. You can't just go up to somebody and start doing the thing. Consent, this, that, and the other thing is involved. So no, to have sex would be a privilege. To have an abortion would be a privilege. Right? When you say rights in this scenario, the women's rights would be like Middle Eastern countries, okay? You can't walk out there without your head to toe. You can't walk out there with your shoulder. Women, you can't walk out there with your shoulders going. That's a right, But to be able to say, okay, I'm going to, I can't afford this baby, or maybe I, should have thought about it more, or, that is a privilege. No? And I never really talk about abortion because, again, I'm a man, but, surprise. But, this is just sitting on me because, this is weighing on me because, I hear it all the time. Well, Trump hates women. It's literally not even the case. And I really want to know some, hard evidence of, what other rights, unless there's rights that I don't know about that are being taken away, but that's, the first thing that everybody says, oh, the abortion. I really want to know. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, people can't answer me.
Okay, Donald Trump has not taken away anybody's right to an abortion. What Donald Trump did in regard to abortion was appoint the justices that wound up making the difference between a woman's, or anybody, when you come to think about it, anybody's right to privacy within their doctor's offices. The federal protections for that were stripped away by the justices that he appointed. Stripping away those federal protections allowed states to invade people's privacy, and you do have a right to privacy in the Constitution. You can look at that up if you like. So that's what Donald Trump did in regards to abortion. He appointed the justices that made the difference between federal protections for abortions being stripped away or not. You yourself have lost medical privacy as a result of Roe v. Wade being stripped away, because now your medical records can be gone through to see what you did and did not get done to your body based on whatever your state government says is okay and is not okay. Medical treatment is not a privilege. Okay? That's it. Medical privacy is not a privilege. That's a right. As far as what rights has Donald Trump actually taken away, well, he has taken away people's constitutional right to due process by just rounding them up and shipping them off to foreign countries without any type of due process before a court of law. So, that's one of the things that's been in the news here recently that he's stripped away. Hope that helps. What else you got to offer here?
Here's the question. Would you rather have a president that has so much pride in the country that they're running, or would you rather have a president that folds at the drop of a hat and doesn't know where he is half the time? Because for me, what I want in my White House and what I want my president to run a country like is just what we're doing right now and just what's in the White House now. Because I can tell you, I don't know about you, but I feel safer having a president that cares about the citizens, not the feelings of the citizens, but the actual citizens living in the country. We're getting back to being the strongest country. We never folded, don't get me wrong, because we have an amazing army and military. But when you have a president, let me break something down for you. When you have a president that shakes an invisible person's hand, walks the wrong way on a stage, that's embarrassing. It might be small things, but it's embarrassing. You know?
Yeah. You mean like all the times Donald Trump has walked the wrong way to get to the car when the car was right in front of him, or turned around and walked into a door or something of that nature? Is that what you're talking about? The kind of guy who talks about airports during the Revolutionary War and can't say coffee or can't type coffee correctly into Twitter? That's the kind of guy you're talking about? Versus a guy who has literally dedicated his entire life to serving his country through public service. Yeah.
But Danielle, Trump paid $100,000 just to have flagpoles put up at the White House. Who's our U.S. Secretary of State? Yeah.
Marco Rubio.
But Daniel, all Republicans care about is cutting taxes for the wealthy. I mean, the billionaires. Look at Elon Musk. What's GDP mean? What's GDP? What's that stand for?
Gross domestic product. Are you now doing these videos to try and prove a point about something, or because you're legitimately asking and this is like a free history lesson / civics lesson / whatever the fuck else it is you need to be educated on today lesson? Jesus. By the way, have they picked you yet? They're not gonna. Just know that.